Varski and Monze. Power up.
You see? We figure it out as we go along. It's your boy. Along with the cuzzo.
Mazia. And you know this, man.
Man, you know what? Hold on a second. First and foremost, I gotta ask you, uh, how y'all feeling?
I feel good, man. It's February. It's Black History Month. We keep it consistent. People been hitting in. People like what we doing. I'm all
See,
right. How you feeling today, cuz?
I'm nice. I'm nice. I'm a little upset. No, I'm not upset. I can't even lie to you. I'm not upset. I see that the Jamaican bobsled team, they did okay. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
for what they had. Right. I see that the reason why I asked if you were okay because I want to know how do you feel about the gold medal game.
Okay. Okay. I'll be real with you. So I had to wake up 5 a.m. this morning to watch the game. Um, Canada was down 1-0 first period. They tied it up. Second period. There was a lot of missed opportunities on Canada's behalf. But when they got into overtime, it was 3-on-3, and the US got Canada. So I can't be
Man,
mad. I can't be mad. It was a hard fought hockey game. It was for a gold medal game. It was next goal wins in overtime. We are just unfortunate on that end. I wanted the gold medal, but right now the U.S. got the bragging rights for 4 years.
that's wild. That's wild. So now this is not the first time this rivalry's been taking place. This has been going on for quite some time.
This is arguably one of the biggest sports rivalries of all time.
Right.
Of all time. Um, I don't know if you know any big ones, but I know with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, that's a
Right.
rivalry. And then also when it comes to ice hockey, the US team versus Team Canada, that's a
Right.
rivalry. What else? Big sports. I guess you could say the Mets and the Yankees. I guess you could say who's a big rivalry? Maybe San Francisco Giants versus LA Dodgers. That's a big rivalry.
Right.
But this is arguably one of the biggest in sports history.
Especially
USA
with the
hockey and Canada hockey.
especially with the Olympics part, man. The Olympics was I still remember one of the big ones. They said what was it, 1982? This was this dates back to?
Yeah, like Canada got way more gold medals in the US in hockey. But this
Yeah.
is I think this is the third time the US got the gold.
That's
So
wild.
it's not too crazy because I think what Canada got, like, it's in the teens, the numbers up there
Right.
for all time. Our the Canada rivalry is with Russia.
That's what I think if I'm not mistaken, so was ours.
Is with Russia, but
Yeah.
Russia has now dissolved, and
Right.
they no longer could participate in the Olympics. So it's kind of a US Canada thing right now.
Wow. That was when they were the USSR.
Yeah, that was like real real rivalry. Like I think it was 1972
Yeah.
was one of the craziest hockey games ever. Russia versus Canada, and Canada won. So,
Sheesh. That's when you can
but
be
yeah,
proud, like, they did it for North America.
that's what I'm saying. But for the people who out there that don't know how serious it is in Canada when it comes to hockey, for this whole Winter Olympics for 2026 in Italy, um, if the hockey game was on, I know like people at work, they're kind of like not focusing on work; they're watching the
Right.
game.
Right.
Bars were open, like pubs were open like 5 a.m. in the morning to serve liquor just for the one day.
Sheesh.
Um, Kids, if the game is on during class time, kids go down to the gymnasium in the school and the whole school watches. Like there's no classes, there's no nothing.
So
So
hockey for
it's
y'all is like that's like y'all soccer for the rest of the world or
yeah,
for
like
South
how soccer, how football, European
football.
football is celebrated. That's how it is in Canada. But everybody plays hockey, and if even if you don't play hockey, you love hockey, and it's like if you don't play ice hockey, you play street hockey. You don't play street hockey, you play ball hockey. You don't play ball hockey, you know, like even girls play hockey.
That's
Everybody plays
wild.
hockey. There's no everybody plays hockey. Black
Because the
people love hockey. And for the record, hockey is a black sport. It just over the years transitioned into a white sport.
that's only over here in the United States where they try to make it something different in Boston.
No, no. Yeah, hockey's a black sport. It's an African sport, but then it got more popularized at one of the entrances to the Underground Railroad in Halifax,
Right.
which is Nova Scotia, and they developed their own black hockey leagues, kind of like the Negro baseball leagues.
So it
And
was
they
like
had
basically
their
nowhere freedom.
yeah, it's a
That's
big deal.
wild.
It's a
That
big
is
deal,
wild.
man. It's a big, big, big deal. And most of the hockey jerseys that I rock are like alumni uh black players, just
Right.
legendary black players. Like and most of the celebrated hockey players, they grew up in my neighborhood. Like where I'm
Right.
from in Toronto, a lot of hockey players came from that area, like PK Subban. He's from my neighborhood in Rexdale. Um Anson Carter, he's from Toronto. He's actually Anson Carter, I think he's British or he's Jamaican. And then
You got Jamaicans on man, you know what? I can't even say that no more. I've been seeing Jamaicans on the ice now. The Jamaicans are taking over the ice now, man.
yeah, so just like how the Jamaicans have the bobsled team, women's and men's, the Jamaicans also have a hockey team. So the Jamaican hockey team practices and they train in Toronto, Canada.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
Hockey's
fun fact.
serious, man.
Big up to
Serious.
Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Right. That's wild, man. That's wild, man. Yo, we've been out here literally watching just nothing but NBA right now, right?
Yeah,
And
like
then
the NBA the last couple nights been kind of crazy as like Clippers and Lakers, um, and then that was a big matchup, and then it's kind of crazy because now Harden went to Cleveland.
yeah. You know what? They're talking about this cap that this they actually might end up winning the chip with this setup. They only lost once, and that was the OKC, which they said OKC is almost unbeatable, almost.
You're talking about Cleveland, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I see Cleveland being a contender
right,
because Boston right now, Tatum's out for the season. Halliburton is not playing on. He's out for the season on the
right,
Pacers. Pacers don't have a good season. You have like a gray area team like the Toronto Raptors, but I don't know if they have what it takes to go to the finals.
right.
I think they can make a playoff run, but I don't know if the Raptors can make it in the finals. But a team like Cleveland now, you have Mitchell, you just got Harden, and last season Cleveland they were like a Cinderella team. They barely lost a game.
Right.
So now you put that addition with Harding. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I was looking at it. I saw a short the other day where Kyrie was taking pictures. I don't know if you saw that one. He was taking pictures, and I guess his manager came over, or somebody came over to about, all right, so we're gonna do a walk with ESPN. He said, I don't really too much mess with ESPN, so but I mean I'll do it.
Yeah, that you're talking about at the All-Star game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right. So
I seen something about that.
that is my big question right now. At some point in time, what point in time do you see it to where, you know what? loyalty now is no longer a thing. Well, loyalty has never been a thing in business, but I noticed that with a lot of friends, with a lot of times, sometimes people will be blind to loyalty. When does loyalty start to interrupt friendship?
I think are we talking about the NBA? Are we talking about
Period.
everything?
Everything.
Well, okay. I'll start with the NBA. I first saw the disloyalty maybe like I think Kawhi Leonard when the
Right.
Raptors won the title in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors. It
Right.
was huge. It was huge for Canada. It was just a huge championship. They beat the Golden State Warriors. They had so many injuries. Kevin Durant got injured. Klay Thompson got injured. And Kawhi Leonard was a star. The Toronto Raptors won the championship in 2019. It was huge. The craziest parade all across the country of Canada. It was just nuts. The first
Right.
championship ever north of the border, north of the US border. It was insane. They changed street names. It was huge. The economy like shot up, merchandise. It was insane. But it kind of irked me because it was the first time ever in sports history I didn't see the whole team stay together and run it back.
Right.
And we all know from little kids on the playground, if you win a game and you win the championship or whatever, you run it back.
Right.
Same team. You look at Michael Jordan. You look at the Pistons with Isaiah Thomas. You look at the Lakers.
Yeah.
You run it back. You run it back. You might get a couple new guys, but you
But
run it back.
you gotta let it run. You gotta let it run.
So seeing that Kawhi Leonard, he left and he went to the Clippers in the offseason, that's when I seen that there was no loyalty. There was no loyalty anymore.
That's you know what? Now I think about it. That's a really good question I have to do with that. Did did Toronto feel like Cleveland felt when LeBron left?
100. Like don't get me wrong. The Raptors in the next season after that when Kawhi left, they had a good season. They ended up second round and they got knocked out. They had a good season and most of the players stayed. It's only Kawhi that left and a couple, role players came in.
Right.
Coach was still the same. You still had the management was the same. Front office was the same. So they made a good run, but that edge to get over, it wasn't there. It had left.
Right.
And for 5 seasons, the Clippers didn't do nothing. Even still, the Clippers is still not good. Like Harden came in and left.
Right.
So
I think LeBron even said it during the game one time. Man, you should have came to this. You should have came out to you. You should have came to the Lakers.
So I definitely think that when LeBron left Cleveland way back when, that's how Toronto felt. It was
But
huge, man. I was
oh,
hearing like rap lyrics and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
Fab had a rap lyrics. I feel so many people had like it was the talk of the town.
man, but for LeBron though, they burned his jerseys. They were burning jerseys. I still remember. I still remember Dan Gilbert came out and made a letter and said, "We will win a championship way before your so-called king does." Right?
Wow.
And I'm like, that's wild, right? Because then 2 years later, there's LeBron hosting the trophy, right?
Yeah.
Then he did it again the next year. Then they lost the other one, and then he went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know,
So with the I don't know. It's kind of love-hate situation with LeBron leaving Cleveland because he went back to his hometown and he brought them a championship.
right,
So and he was in Miami, right? He was in Miami. He got a couple over there with Bosch and Wade. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going home. He went
right,
home. He got one, and then they almost got another. It was a huge comeback because I
right.
remember they forced I think the 7th game.
Game 7.
They forced the 7th game, but they still lost. So the fact that arguably the greatest of all time went back home and brought his little town the championship, I think that's honorable.
It is honorable.
And we all know in the NBA, they all gravitate to Los Angeles in some way
Right.
near the end of their careers so they could transition into film and advertising, whatever it is, corporation, business. Most players gravitate to Los
Right.
Angeles near the end of their career. So it was normal. It wasn't too crazy. But if I was a kid that grew up in Cleveland, yeah, so it hurt.
It's funny to me because during that time, I used to watch everyone, even the media. The media would crucify people, but I noticed that they expect players to hold a lot of loyalty, right, to the
They
team,
do.
and the team can do whatever the hell they want to,
It's true.
right? Now, the thing about it for me is that I've always associated that with like, well, it's February. You know what I'm thinking, right? Oh, you can get rid of me whenever you feel like it, but if I decide I want to move, you know, ah, you know, you're the bad guy. And I think that was one of the things that people didn't understand that how LeBron people always say that Steph Curry changed the game by now everybody wants to shoot threes,
Hmm.
right? Mike changed the game by the way that he played. You know, AI played the trade changed the game by the way he would hit people with crossovers where they told him he couldn't do that crossover anymore,
Yeah,
right?
like the little man, like he
Right.
was. I think AI was the reincarnation of Muggsy Bogues.
It felt like that, you know?
Hmm.
Braun changed the
But
game
better.
exactly. A little bit more
Hmm.
refined
Hmm.
and more size,
Hmm.
right? LeBron changed the game, one, and people haven't caught this yet. I don't know if anybody else. The way he played the game fundamentally, right? But he played it not even elite. He played it at a god level fundamentally to the point that he stepped on the floor and controlled everything,
Yeah,
right?
he's like a quarterback.
Right. And then the thing about it is that I think I forgot who it was. It was Eric Spoelstra saying, I remember playing against him, right? And we're making adjustments. And he's making adjustments to our adjustments while he's on the floor, right? Like he know like he knows what we're doing. So as we're doing it, he's adjusting the team on the floor. So technically you have their head coach on the sideline and then LeBron on the floor, who's the coach number two,
Yes,
right?
and you got to respect LeBron for that because the kid came out of high school,
High school.
and other than him and Kobe, and I think Sean Kemp, there's
Kevin
very
Garnett.
and Garnett. There's very few people that came out of high school and was elite
Right.
in the league. But you got to give LeBron credit because he came in elite. Like it took
Right.
Kobe a couple years.
Yes. Right. And that's what the thing that kicks in for me is how did LeBron really change the game? Well, he gave players control over their own destiny.
Hmm.
Right. All right, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sign the 2-year agreement. I come here for 2 years and I'm a bounce. I get the option. I get the option to opt out after 2 years if I don't want it.
Yeah.
Every player was doing it.
Well,
Right.
what's the name of his management team? It's his homeboys,
Clutch Sports,
Clutch Sports, and then who runs it again? He married Adele.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. So
Rich Paul.
it's Rich Paul.
Oh
He
yeah,
had the right business people beside him. You know what I'm
man.
saying? And that's why LeBron was very instrumental in changing, the 2-year contract, the 2-year option. One, you know what I'm saying?
But
He
see, that's the thing. Mm.
That's what happened.
It's such a key thing. Like when we grow up, right? Especially, I don't know if you experienced it like I did. You grew up in a West Indian household. One thing they tell you is you gotta do everything by yourself, right?
Yeah,
It's about doing it by yourself. You got to stop worrying about everybody. But as you go further, you start to realize you can't do anything by yourself.
it's true.
Right? You need a team. You need that team, and each one of your team has to be smarter than you at something.
Hmm.
right? Like I think they said that he turned around and paid for all of his friends to go to college, right?
LeBron was so instrumental in paving a new way, and having that management team around him, having the right advice around it, which is rare because typically, you make it out of the hood. The people around you, you're the star, you're the
Right,
talented one. The rest of the people are just entourage. They're just
right.
like they just want to live it up. They're not offering good advice. They're
No,
trying to put your best interest before them. They're thinking about them. How am I gonna eat? I need to get mom out the hood too. So it's very rare. It's an anomaly how the whole LeBron thing developed and evolved, and it actually was a prosperous story, and it's still
right.
prosperous currently. So it's rare.
It's something to me that it's a rule it's a playbook that at some point in time, if you're looking to, you know what, regardless of what's going on in the media right now, Rockefeller had that kind of playbook.
Hmm.
Rockefeller was huge on that playbook, right? Because when one person took it, right, then the next person came and they took it. You know, you had Jay who was talking everything he was talking. Then Beans came over. Whatever was hot during the Rockefeller season, they took that and ran with it.
Hmm.
To the point that when Jay would walk inside there, I remember I watching the interview and they were like, "Hey man, y'all need to get into the studio," because he was telling them hard work, right? Yo, I'm gonna meet you in the studio. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna meet you in the studio. That's that consistency that we're trying to work on.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
100%.
that consistency. But the thing that people don't catch on this one is that when you're in that realm, you can pick up on what's getting ready to happen next, right? And what did he say to everybody? He said, "Hey man, y'all need to be recording. See that 50 Cent dude? He coming.
Exactly.
He's
And
coming."
50 tore apart the industry, flipped it upside down, and no one could really mess with 50. He's
No.
just unstoppable.
And his game plan, he said it right because he explains to you what he's doing,
Hmm.
right? He said, "Okay, after my first album, I put everybody else on." It didn't click into me really that you really don't see that until 2 or 3 albums in.
He put them on out the gate. Yeah.
Right. He said, "Because now, right before the next 50 Cent album comes out, I'm still riding high. Lloyd Banks sells 5,000,000,
Hmm.
right? Young Buck sells 1.5. Tony Yayo sells 800,000, and this is without even touring, right? These
And
are
that was
things
off the strength of 50.
of 50, right? And then 50 still went and did his other albums, a couple million here on the other ones, but now they're still eating. They could tour for days,
Hmm.
right? That to me is the true essence of putting your friends on, right?
But the whole thing is, I learned, like, if you see the structure of G Unit now, it's like it's not so much a record label, it's a movie company or a
Right. Now.
branding company
Right.
or an alcohol company, or it's moved away from a music company.
Which a lot of things did
And
not.
yeah, a lot of things evolve. They're not so much music because music is not so much making that much money anymore. It's film, it's social media, it's online presence, it's branding, it's still merchandising. That's what makes the money. In
Right.
music, it's just the show. You want to see a classic show with your favorite artist, or go to a party and listen to your favorite DJ, play your favorite artist. That's where music is now for the most part.
Man, I remember seeing Master P. Master P came into my job one day,
Wow.
right? Yeah, it's a crazy situation, right? So you sitting here, you looking at Master P, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, what do you? Out of all the places in the United States of America, you're here,
Hmm.
right? But apparently, he was shooting. I got the hookup too,
Yeah.
right? So he's inside there, right? Nobody notices it. We're doing it real cool, right? So he's trying to buy an iPhone, but apparently, it was a time during launch because we didn't have no more iPhones.
Hmm.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it had to be the iPhone. I think it was the iPhone 10s Max or iPhone 10, one of the two,
Hmm.
right? And we had no more. right? And I watched everybody. Like once they realized who it was, I walked away for a little bit. And I went to the back, right? And somebody was like, "Yo, Var, are you helping Master P?" Like, shh, shh, don't say nothing, right? Man, I walk outside there, man. Before I know it, right? People over there, you say older women with their grandsons demos. Like I didn't even know this lady had her grandson demo. Like you just walk around with you weren't even sitting there 20 minutes ago. Like how did you get your grandson's demo? Talk about,
Wow.
I gotta talk to you about my grandson. He looked at her, he looked at her and did it so P like he said, look here, Shawty, I ain't even into music no more. I'm strictly the movies now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know. So you start to see that transition take place, but that
Mhm.
all was off the premise of what they did, being consistent in what they did in the music realm,
And
right?
evolving.
Evolving, right? You learn that, and it's about. I think I saw a story a while back ago. Um, you see those Insta, for some odd reason you can't even watch Instagram knowing what I have a new short on there about something. But they were talking about Julius Caesar. And the moral of the story is Julius Caesar was kidnapped by some pirates. And before you knew it, Julius Caesar was over here running the pirate ship.
Wow.
And he said something happened. He told them, he said, "Look, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna get off this ship. And when I get off this ship, I'm gonna crucify every one of you."
Wow.
Right? And they were like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." Right? Somehow he got off the ship, right?
And then he crucified every single
He
one of
he
them.
put he put together an inquisition and took over and went and found the pirate ship and crucified every last one of them, right?
Wow.
They they said he coulda just let it go,
Mhm.
right? But in his world, your word was the main thing, right? And I think a lot of times we don't realize that if you say you're gonna do something,
You
right,
better do it.
you better do it. 'Cause in who said it? Jay-Z said it, "My balls and my word is all I have."
Yeah. All I got in this world is my word and my balls.
That's it, you know? So that's the one thing, man. You gotta protect that with everything you have.
It's true, and it goes a long way. Like, believe it or not, like that honor, that respect,
Right.
it's still what's the word I'm looking for? It's still validated. It
Yeah.
still upholds uh worth, value, you know? So if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna meet you here at this time, or I'm gonna call you at this time, you make sure you do it.
Make sure you do it.
And if you can't make it, let me know. And even in the military, the strongest war weapon is communication.
Right.
So it proves right.
Well, look at everything that they've said before. When you look at this kid, what's my guy name? Speed,
Mhm.
right? Speed is was doing a tour through Africa, right? And I think Kendrick Perkins said this man's probably the most powerful black man in the world right now because he literally went to a different continent, right? And showed everyone what you were told, what they've been communicating to you for years is not true, right? So when you said that about communication, is that is one of the biggest things, right? It's small wins, but you know I have to ask about this question though, right? Being able to communicate, right?
Mhm.
Keeping your word.
100.
Let's say you go out there and the task of keeping your word becomes a little bit too much. Are you satisfied with a moral victory?
Hmm. Let me think about that one. Well, you always want to keep your word. And
Right.
say okay, you did promise that you were going to do something, you could still retract. You just got to communicate that.
Right.
So before that time and place comes up that you're supposed to meet that person or communicate with that person, you could let them know
Right.
things have changed. This is my new outlook. I'm
Right.
still down. You could renegotiate. You could
Right.
still, it's malleable. It could change.
Right.
So as long as that's communicated, you're not leaving that other person hanging, right? Like, I promised you $1 million on Wednesday, but Tuesday, I'm like, you know what? I came up with a better idea. I'm going to give you $250,000, but we're going to put this in place that's going to make us 3 million over the course of 3 months. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Right.
renegotiating, restructuring. You could restructure and you could reevaluate at any given time, but you got to communicate it.
That's the biggest thing. Right. So a lot of times, especially, I realize that if things are broken down to communication, you really don't have anything. Right.
It's
You
true.
don't have. You don't have.
Sorry to cut you, cuz, but
No, go ahead.
and that's what it is. It's like people set something in place,
Right.
and your word is your bond. That's just the thesis. That's just the statement. But it
Right.
could change as things go forward. But you're
Right.
still trying to you're still trying to make the deal so all parties are happy with the situation. You never want to make a deal and both people aren't happy with it.
Right.
So let's come to a point where we both agree on the terms, or we both agree to disagree. This is not going to work. But you have to come to some, what I mean? If you want to win, if you want to be part of a winning team, or like a
Right.
team that's moving forward, or could correct their mistakes, or find new goals, or you got to agree or agree to disagree.
Right.
And those are little things I learned over time, and I'm still structuring those things, and I'm still learning those little things, but it's still the same common basis.
Yo, it's funny you say that, right? Because that's the one thing that I was saying that the other day at work. Like, one, being able to talk and communicate to each other. The second thing is trust,
Hmm.
right? That's the biggest thing for me. Is like, if I don't trust my team, what I'm doing here, right? You're not gonna work for me if you don't trust me. Right,
It's true.
you're not gonna work with me. Like, I always believe that, especially building that strong team, because now we're gonna pivot a little bit more 'cause to the team aspect of everything, right?
Hmm.
Because we start now I don't know if everybody's catching on. We started off with teams.
Yeah.
So we might as well just keep it going, right?
Uh,
I believe that that's one of the biggest structure in a team is trust, right? Because I think trust is built through communication, like you just said before, the communicating with the team. Right?
hmm.
Trust is gonna be built through that communication. The communication brings camaraderie. That camaraderie then brings trust, right? I think a lot of people fail right now in this world is because they don't trust the people that they're with, right?
Yeah,
Or
and if things aren't working in that situation,
right,
you have to find a better group that you gel with, which
right,
sometimes is not easy. You can't just like the next day or the next moment change your group. It takes a period of time for you to
right,
transition and find another group that you gel with, that you work with, that you're happy with, or just go off and do it by yourself.
right. And I see a lot of times where the what's the word I'm looking for? The base system, right? The foundation is never really gelled, right? That's the biggest part about a lot of these things. You got to have that foundation because what tends to happen for me is that I see people sometimes they try to build a strong team on a weak foundation, right? Which I think if you look back, let's look at the 2020 Lakers. That's the bubble Lakers, right? Now they had Anthony Davis, right, who was moderately healthy. You
Hmm.
had Braun, who just came back from being hurt the previous season,
Hmm.
right? They got rid of Lonzo. They got rid of what's my guy? Brandon Ingram. right?
Yeah.
They actually had J.R. Smith back on the team. They had Dwight Howard. They had they had,
I
they had
remember that, yeah.
JaVale McGee,
And
right?
they won that season in the bubble.
Yeah. But the thing about it was is that people discount the bubble, but they forget that they were number one in the league in January before everything shut down.
Exactly.
Right. Right. Because right when that happened, that's when Kobe died.
Was it 2020 Kobe died?
Kobe died 2020.
It's February
Yeah. No, it was
2020?
January 26th, if I'm not
Yes, it was the
mistaken.
end. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
end of January, last week of January 2020. And then the
And then
bubble started.
in April.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
we shut down because everything shut down in like February, March, or
Mm-hmm.
February, right? And then April they started the bubble, and the boys was in there for 100 days,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which to me, you start looking at it now. Now that goes into a whole segue. That we can jump into in about 2 seconds, right? Them boys were in there for 100 days, right?
That bubble was a lot of guys were like sneaking out.
Yeah, right. I don't understand how you discount being stuck in the same location for 100 days as a grown man with a family.
That
Right?
was crazy.
Yeah, you think
I
about
know
that.
the campus was big. It was like down in Orlando there,
Yeah.
ESPN Wild World of
Power
Sports.
sports, yeah.
It's a huge campus, and it's like you can live in the grounds, but it's not that you can't move around. I think psychologically when people have this thing, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, that when too many rules are like too restraining, that's
Right.
when the people start to rebel.
That's true. But I realized one thing inside that. An untrained eye will give you perspectives on something they have no idea. Right? So when they'll turn around and they say, "Okay, you know what? We don't we don't validate that bubble." Right? But you weren't there. You didn't see what they had to go through. You didn't see waking up every morning, getting Q-tip stuck in your nose, jabbed to your
Hmm.
brain. Right? You weren't there having to go to sleep at the same place, waking up in the same place. The same people you had a beef with, you now have to eat breakfast with them
Hmm.
because this is all you have to do. Right? And this is the only life you know for 100 days.
Wow.
Right? Any way you put it, that sounds like a Mr. Beast competition.
Yeah, it was
Right?
it was
Right?
crazy. That
You know,
that's crazy. That
but then you think
whole
about it, right? Think about it like this. How many times in your life have you gone through something and you're trying to put the thing together and everyone around you is telling you how it's not going to work, right? But they don't realize that you know what you're doing, right? That's what I started to realize. Like when you look at everything in this world is an allegory and a philosophical meaning to something. And I realized that no matter how much they played in front of no court, they had fake sound,
yeah,
right?
what was it? Of the crowd, like,
Yeah, they had a fake crowd,
yeah. Yeah,
right?
to
Right. Now
psychologically help them, yeah.
you realize I don't know if anybody realize it's like playing a game on practice mode.
Pretty much.
There's no crowd
Well,
inside there. There's no crowd. There's no nothing. You're just in a gym, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
mhm.
Right? Psychologically speaking, you're with professionals who everything they do is based upon habit. Repetition over, 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 over. You got to be ready when the crowd comes. You got to be ready to this. All of a sudden, there's no distraction.
Yeah, so it's like a constant
Right.
practice, but it counts though, real
Yeah.
practice.
That's the problem that I realized. That's when I realized that we're in a world right now that unless you understand what's going on, it doesn't mean anything to anybody.
That's so true because, it more than ever, you know, they would always say knowledge is power. It
Of
still
course.
is, but now more than ever, if you don't have the education or if you're not willing to do the research before you go out and do something, it's like a lemming walking off of a cliff.
Right. Instead of a lemming walking off of a cliff.
It's just like one after another, and they all follow, and it
Yeah.
just
Jeez. Alright. That's where I start to look at a lot of things now, and I'm like, "Alright, so perspective-wise, understanding-wise, spiritually speaking, mentally speaking, physically speaking, right? One, building who you are, then being able to branch that off into building a team. Not just building a team, but being building a great foundation to provide for the team to where you don't have to do everything for the team. Trusting your people who you're working with, and at the same time, understanding the difficult times, not only of you, not only for you, but everybody else's.
yeah, that's a lot of moving parts.
Yes,
And the most successful people in the world, they operate corporations, and all those moving parts, they work together, and then they have great outcomes.
right. You know
Like
what?
when you're working on a project at work every day, or when I'm
Yeah,
working on a project at work every day, that's what it consists of. It's so many moving parts, it's so many professionals, so many creatives, so many egos, so many artists, but essentially the script rules,
right.
the script is everything. So we follow the script, everybody delivers, and then you get the result. It goes
I
to
love that.
post, it goes to post, it gets edited, it gets marketed, it gets delivered to the consumer, and they critique it. Some people love it, some people hate it. Sometimes it becomes a cult classic, sometimes it's a Rotten Tomatoes. And then what's the award that you get for the worst movie ever or worst TV show ever? I forget that one.
They actually
But
have
yeah,
that?
yeah, there's awards for the worst TV show or worst movie. There's awards for, best. There's awards for everything.
6, 7
Shit or
award.
bad or good. I'm like saying shit. It's like bad or
Oh,
good.
yeah,
There's
I
an
didn't even
award.
I didn't even realize there was an award for the worst TV show.
Yes, there's an award for
Ah,
the word. I
man.
I forget the name. You'll have to Google it. But
Hold on,
there's
let
a
me let
no.
me let me Google it right now. I'm gonna Google it right
Yeah,
now, as a matter of fact.
nobody wants to end up on that list. Worst movie and worst TV show. It's a type of an award. Kind of like how the Emmys and the Academy Awards are the best. Then they have. You're gonna tell us right now.
For the Golden Raspberry Awards or the Razzies?
The Razzies. Yes, it's the
That's
Razzies,
wild.
and they razz you, and that's hence the word. Like, oh, they just razzing you. Like when people
Oh,
are picking on you, they're
oh
razzing
my
you.
gosh.
It comes from that name. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, hold on, this is going on for 45 years?
Yeah, that's
In
real deal.
1981, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's real deal. So if you do crap work, you will get awarded for it as well
Yeah, I
too.
wonder how many times, like, you see, like, B-list artists on there. Like, I didn't wanna say any names 'cause I feel like
No, I've seen A-list on there. There's
Yeah, I see
A-list
one.
on there.
Yeah, I see one they gave to Nicolas Cage,
Mhm.
but they said, Star Trek said Ted Miller, Joe Russo,
Yeah, you don't want to end up on that list.
Snow White
And
was on
believe
there.
and believe it or not, like with the development of how social media is and how
Right.
reels and YouTube and all that, there's going to become an awards for for what we're doing. It just hasn't like manifested yet. But
I've
this
seen it
social
though.
platform. Do they have awards for online?
Yeah, I think it's called the Webbies.
There you go.
It's the Webby Awards.
So now I'm learning. See, there's the Webbies. Maybe we might get a Webby.
You know what? We gotta pay for that though.
But you know what? The Emmys and the Grammys and they pay for all those too. It's all
Yeah, I
marketing.
realized that. I still remember when my cousin was like, he said he got a plaque because he was on Heart of the City.
Hmm. Yes, I
Like,
remember on the blueprint, right?
yeah, and he
Yeah, yeah, I
was like,
remember you telling me that.
he's like, "Yeah, I didn't pay for the plaque." And I was like, "You gotta pay for that?" He's like, "Yeah." And I stopped and I thought about it. I'm like, somebody made over $1 million on that.
Mhm.
Why I gotta pay for that?
Yeah, for the
Right?
award that I'm the one who made that.
Yeah. I made this, but I gotta uh, but I gotta give you a portion of what I made.
Mhm.
I'm okay.
With, I know in my world of things, the visual arts, I guess the unions submit on the artist's behalf because
I can see that.
yeah, because we pay into a union, right?
Right.
And our union's international for, you know, writers and
Right.
motion pictures, right?
Right.
So our unions, we pay dues. So I guess in some ways, I think the union kind of pays for that. It's not the actual artist paying for that. But if
Yes. Wow.
you're a recording artist, it came
Right.
out of your budget.
Yeah. Are
Hmm.
you over here thinking that you're doing good, and it's like, you know what? You remember that award you got? Yeah. Yeah, you owe us 50,000 for that.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
take it back.
You gotta recoup it.
You can take that back. I'm good. I don't need it.
Yeah, like it's
I'll walk around with this bottle of deodorant. Here you go. I like to express my sincerest gratitude to Dr. Squatch and all my people who created this
that's
award.
that squash is blowing up right now.
Yes,
It's you. Yes, I see it
bro.
everywhere.
I've seen it all over. Right. I've seen it all over. They need a body spray.
Hmm.
Right, because 'cause I've been sitting here using this, right? This is phenomenal, right? The odor squatching deodorant, Fresh Falls.
Yeah, it's blowing up. I see it like I don't know if it's online or if it's on television, the marketing behind it, but it's like a big thing.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing it when it first came out. The guerrilla marketing was ridiculous when it first started, right? Because they played to everything. It was like, yo, said, you wanna smell like a man because the women
Yeah.
love men who smell like men.
I stopped at Axe body spray. Like I think Axe came out with some cocoa and this and that, and then I keep an Axe in my car
Right.
for emergency, but that's where it stopped. Other than that, I'm cocoa everything. Cocoa butter this, cocoa, the
Hey, man,
black
you
thing.
walk he say, "Man, he walk around smelling like black essence." Right? "All I need is a turtleneck and I'm good."
Yay!
You play it right, you have a turtleneck and a high top fade with a part right here. Like, "Yo, man, I'm
Oh
Nino Brown in this
man.
piece. What you talking about? This is what we do right here, man. This is what we do right here. It's ridiculous." Man,
Oh man.
it's been a hell of a journey with everything, man. Like, honestly, right now, like, even recently, I'm still talking about, just creating more content,
Hmm.
right? And I swear, man, that from what we're doing here, right? I don't know if the listener can hear it. We we are just putting things together because we like it. This is what we feel. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I was actually talking to the guy that the CEO of Gray Matter, right?
Yeah, and that's a great product as well. Check out
When you
Great Gray Matter.
Gray Matter's amazing. Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I still remember I sat there on my couch trying to figure out what it is that I'm gonna do because I swear the world right now just seems like it's just cloudy as hell for me. Right. And I'm scrolling. That probably was my problem, is that I'm scrolling, right? So I'm scrolling the internet, scrolling, and I see somebody make a post. And I'm like, you know what? I had this brain fog and I needed something that worked right away. Cool. All right. Left it at that. Scrolled again. Came across it again. Hey man, you know what? And I took this because it just needed something. I needed something that was gonna clear what I was feeling because I just could not be this way when I got tired of drinking coffee. I don't
Hmm.
feel like drinking coffee anymore either. This is it. Okay, hold on a second. came across one more ad, right? And it was this dude on there, and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. He just said, when you're tired of coffee, when you're feeling like ADHD is taking over, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. You know what? So I went to the website, right? Went to the website, pushed the little order now. Just happened to have the money for it, right? Bought it, came in the mail a couple days later. They deliver fast, right?
I
They
gotta
deliver.
get me some of that.
I got some for you. I got some for you because I got some. I just got some the other day. I got so when you hear you in a couple weeks,
Yeah, I'm
right?
here.
I got some for you. I
Yeah,
got
a
some for
couple
you,
weeks.
right? You know, um, when I got it, I took it, and normally when you see those other things, like you'll see a mega mind, whatever it is, whatever they have called whatever nootropic it is, it'll
Mhm.
tell you it's working right away, right? You don't feel it. Man, before I knew it, I took this thing and I waited
Clarity.
15 minutes. I was like, yo, let me just get up and go do something real quick. And you know what? The isosceles triangle that I wanted to work with, now I'm going to put, oh, 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 here we go.
It was just like
Here,
zing.
boom, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm in a good mood. All right. So then I leave it at that. You think it's one off. You get used to it after a while. I took it again the next day, right? Oh, this is consistent. This is consistent. I'm good. I'm popping. Man, you know what? I brought it to work, right? And my guy Ryan at work, I said, "Right guy, how you feel right now?" "I'm good."
Mhm.
"Got a little brain fog?" He said, "I can say that. Try this." Right? He tried it out. I came back to him in 15 minutes. He says, "Yo, I need to know where you get that from." I said, "I'll send you the link." Went to another friend
Wow.
of mine. I said, "Oh, so let me ask you a question. How you feeling right now?" "I'm good. I'm all over the place. I'm a little tired. Try this." Right?
Boom.
Now we're at retail, so it's like everything is high intensity. Now
Mhm.
I came back to that person 30 minutes later. "How you feeling right now?" "Yeah, I'm feeling good." "I'm feeling good." "Oh my God. What is that?" Right? Dude, I'm telling you right now, my hand on it, phenomenal.
I'm excited just listening to the testimonial. I'm just like,
Dude, I'm
wow.
telling you. I'm telling you. And now they got this new cocoa flavor.
Mhm. That's my
Yeah.
joint. I need the cocoa flavor.
Right? They got the cacao flavor, right? And I'm like,
Nice.
right? And I tried it and I reached out to him today. I said, "Yo, this reminds me of YooHoo." Right?
Oh, it's like a chocolate milk.
It's like
Mm.
a chocolate thing, but YooHoo was like mixed with water.
Mhm.
Right? So it's like, so this was like when I tasted it, I'm like, "Yo, this is nice." Right? And the effects was just boom, just as fast.
Well, I'm
Right?
excited because I drink copious amounts of coffee. So if I could cut that
Yes,
down, if
my
I could
guy.
cut that down and still be focused and like get up in the morning and get right to it, because typically right now it's a cup of coffee. So if I could eliminate that, that'd be awesome.
I used to literally sit back and just completely just every time I walked into the back of the store, boom,
Hmm.
coffee, boom. Now I'm like, I think I probably drink maybe I don't drink any coffee actually now that I think about it. I've cut out
Wow.
coffee altogether. I've cut out coffee. I've literally sat here and I've put I take one in the morning,
Hmm.
right? And if I feel I'm starting to slow down and by the end of the day, I'll take one more, right? So I can come home and so when I leave work, I can come home and I
So
can
like
edit videos. Twice.
twice,
That's
twice a
for me
day.
though, right?
Yeah.
Most people could rock with one,
Hmm.
right? Most people could rock with one, right?
Hmm.
Or they'll take a cup of coffee
Wow.
in the morning and then use this one as a back end, right?
Well, I think this is dope.
Dude,
Yeah, I think this is dope. I think we're onto something.
it's fire. It's fire. I can't even lie to you. I'm loving how it feels. I'm loving what it does, right? I think
Mm.
that everybody should try it. I can say that because I'm not a doctor, right?
Hmm. Yeah, you're
You
not
know,
pushing it medically. It's
right?
like your own experience
Right,
and what
right,
what is done for you and how it's helped you, so that you could endorse it from that perspective.
right. But that to me, when I was looking at it, I'm like, this is something that I feel everyone should have, right? So much so, I'm gonna put my link in the bottom. All right. So if you
Check it out,
whenever
y'all.
you check whenever you get a chance to check it out, save a little bit of money, use the code on there, you'll see it. All right. But other than that, man, it is fire.
I'm
Fire.
with it.
So yeah. But then again, like I said, that comes part of being a team though. You gotta be operating on all cylinders, man. Everything's gotta be popping.
100%. And
That makes sense.
what I like about it, it's helped you, it's helped people in your work field, it's helped your team. It's a proven doctor verified product. It's all organic. It's better than
And
coffee.
they got a team. They got a team. They put it together and they were like, "Yo, all right, we actually scientifically researched. They did the
Hmm.
work, right?" So I'm like, "Yo, when I you don't find very many of it.
No, no, it
You know,
doesn't sound like a dime a dozen type of product.
there's things out there that influence how you feel, and there's things that out there that are you influence.
Hmm.
This one will definitely influence how you feel, right? I'm not being influenced. I'm just like, this is real deal. I'm like, yo, I've actually tried this myself.
And I
Phenomenal
have
shit.
one question. So, okay, so you use it at the beginning of the day. It helps you through your work day, and then like in the evening, you might have another one help you when you're doing your edits,
Right.
being up late.
And
So,
that's
is there any?
because I'm up late.
Yeah, because you're up
Yeah.
late. But the typical person, one a day should be great.
One is
But
fine.
have you experienced any drawbacks or side effects?
There's no crash.
Wow,
There's no
that
crash.
could that's $1 million dream.
Right. Right. Why? That's the one thing because you look, we've been in the gym before,
Yeah.
right? You take a pre-workout.
Mhm.
After the pre-workout, if you take the wrong pre-workout, you could sit there, you could have the jitters,
Mhm.
right? You take the wrong pre-workout, you start feeling like you want to listen to Nirvana, Black Hole Sun, just sit in the corner. You know, you feel like the world is coming down, like, I don't want. It took me so
Mhm.
long to realize that was me having a crash of caffeine.
Yeah, because caffeine does a crash. Even if you drink too much
Right.
coffee, you'll get the
Yeah.
jitters.
Right.
Energy drinks, too much sugar, so that's phenomenal.
This is to me, man, and there's caffeine in it, but it's a different type of caffeine. It's more of a slow release
Mhm.
caffeine,
Yeah,
right?
and
It's
it's a
fire.
natural source.
Natural source, man. So you look at it, it's like, okay, I'm rocking. We're good. Your mind becomes a little bit more. I think the word they described it was flow state,
Hmm.
right? For the new people that's listening, think about it like when Goku goes Ultra Instinct. That's what it's. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's kinda
Right.
like a power up.
Right.
Power up.
There you
Yes.
go.
you know, that's what it is, man. And honestly, it is perfect to talk about it on this podcast because this is a power up, right?
100%. It's
You
one and the
know,
same. Definitely one and the same. So
you have
if
no
you're out
idea.
there, go get your gray matter.
That's it. That's it, man. I'm gonna hit you. So you got some coming to you too.
Yeah, like
so,
in 2 weeks I'm gonna have a huge supply.
oh yeah, no, that's you. It's over. It's over. Right. But yeah, man, that's what it is. Right. I feel like we got some cool things going on. Right. And we just keep on moving, and we'll keep on moving the bar and see what happens.
100%. And we're keeping it moving. I'm excited. Every show, every episode we sit down and we get something cracking. It's almost like a new beginning every time we sit down.
And
So I'm
it's like how they
excited.
say, It's like when you're playing a game of football or basketball. Every quarter is a brand new game.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
100.
So on that note, folks, it's been a pleasure. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. The
Listen
link's
to the
going to be in the bio
podcast.
description. Listen to the podcast, Apple Music, Spotify. Hey, man, Apple's got a version of podcast now where you can see the video.
It has video podcasts. It's not just
Video
audio.
podcast now. I just saw that the other day. I was like,
Wow.
oh, we could go ahead and jump into that now. We got to make sure that we have the HD look. We might need to get a makeup person.
We look good, though. We look good,
It's
though.
true. It's true. It's true with Coco.
Or as they say, black don't crack.
Like, no, exactly. How old are you, man? You know, we the ripe old age of 97. You know,
Yep.
nothing big. You know, 7. By the way, you know what I heard that's old now.
What's the new one? What's the new one?
I don't know yet. I don't know. We have to wait for them to figure it out. Maybe it's gonna be in Gen whatever next generation is.
Yeah.
Right.
Alphas will come with something new.
It's a Gen Omega or something like that. I don't know.
That's
But
wild.
yeah, man. All right, y'all. We out.
All right, till next time, y'all.
Peace.
Varski and Monze.